Good morning, children. Now, today we will start with the next topic, enzymes. Now, before I start, I would like to tell you something that I have received answers of only 3 students till now. So the students who haven't done the answer, who haven't sent me the answer of the question about ATP, they are required to send it as soon as possible by today. So every day I have to say, this is not good. You will do the question and send me on WhatsApp. Now, let's start with the topic enzymes. What else is enzyme known as? What else is enzyme known as? What else do we call enzyme besides this? Anybody? Yes, what else do we call enzymes as? Yes, anybody who can answer this question? Yes, beta? Nobody? Okay. Enzymes are also known as biocatalysts. These are also known as biocatalysts. And what do they do? In place of that, they accelerate the rate of reaction. You can also write, these are the biocatalysts which alter the rate of reaction and remain unchanged at the end of the reaction. So these are the substances or biocatalysts. These are the substances which alter. That means we can write substances which alter the rate of reaction and remain unchanged at the end of reaction. Okay, but one more thing which I would like to discuss with you. Suddenly, it reminded me of that. So I would like to tell you that the exams which are going to be held in the month of December, the month starts today. Today is 1st of December. You know that you are required to give what the question papers will include. It is said that the question papers will include the whole syllabus, and one exam you will be going to have in the month of December, another exam of the whole syllabus you are going to have in the month of January. So these are the tests, both the months you will have the tests. So what I have decided finally, that in this month, most probably what I want for this month is that I'll be giving you half the syllabus, and next month another half. So for class 11th, this month I'll be giving you the chapters 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 13. The chapters you will get in the examination I'm writing here, because you have almost 20 or 21 chapters from the deleted syllabus. Many chapters are omitted. So what you are going to have in the syllabus for the test, for the exam, syllabus for the exam for the month of December 20, you are going to have the chapters 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then 7, 8, 9, 10, and 13. So these are 10 chapters from which you will have the exam in the month of December. Although we are told to take the full syllabus, but I think that it will be easier for you to prepare like this. So for the month of December, you will be having these many chapters and remaining chapters in the month of January. Uh, till now, this is what I have decided. And let me see if I can help you more, or I'll have to give you some more chapters. There can be chances that I'll have to include some more chapters. But for now, you take this, that these chapters are included in the exam to be held in the month of December. Now, so this is what I have written as the definition of enzyme. Enzymes which alter the rate of reaction and remain unchanged at the end of the reaction are known as enzymes. These are biocatalysts. So what happens? The substrate is there. Substrate, we will use the word S. For enzymes, we use the word E. So what do we have? When the substrate combines with E, what is formed as a result of this is SE complex, substrate enzyme complex. When this substrate and enzyme complex is formed, in this, what happened in this? Breaking of the bond and formation of new bonds takes place. So in this, I'll write here breaking of the old bonds and formation of new bonds takes place. So in the SE complex, this happens. Now what happens? As a result of breaking of old bonds and formation of new bonds, this substrate, I'll write here only, as a result of this, the substrate gets converted into product. The substrate gets converted into product, which we will signify by this P letter. Okay, so substrate gets converted into product. So what do we have now in place of Se complex? In place of Se complex, we have now Pe complex, which is product enzyme complex. Now the product has been formed. Now this product, when after the product is formed, the reaction is over. Now what is done? After the formation of the product, from this complex, the enzyme is removed. See what I have written. This remains unchanged at the end of the reaction. So after this, the product and the enzyme gets separated. And so what takes place here? Here it takes place liberation of enzyme from PE complex. The enzyme is liberated or released from the PE complex and we get the product. This is how the enzymes work. This is how the formation of the product takes place, and this is how the enzymes works. Now, there are a few topics which are given in the books, and the names are metabolites, which I'm going to tell you afterwards. Right now, I'll tell you something more about the enzymes, about its discovery and all. So enzymes were discovered by the discovery of enzymes. Enzymes were discovered by, these were discovered by Louis Pasteur. And these enzymes were discovered by Louis Pasteur in a fermentation reaction. What he observed, on observing a fermentation reaction. You know what is fermentation. So when he observed a fermentation reaction, he discovered the enzymes, that the enzymes are there. So he called the enzymes. So the enzymes were called by Louis Pasteur. These enzymes, these were called fermenters. So he called them fermenters because what he observed that was in a fermentation reaction. So he called it fermenters. Now, for the first time, the enzymes were isolated by isolation of the enzymes, isolation of enzymes from yeast. From yeast for the first time. For the first time, isolation of enzymes from the yeast for the first time was done by Edward Buchner. EDWARD, Edward Buchner, BUCHNER. He was a gentleman for the first time who isolated the enzyme, and the name was Edward Buchner. Just a minute, you are not able to see the word. Yes, Edward Buchner was the first man who isolated the enzyme from the yeast cell. So he was the man who isolated the enzyme. He was Edward Buchner. EDWARD Buchner. He was the man who first of all isolated the enzyme from the yeast. Okay. Now the third important information about enzyme is who described the term enzyme. The term enzyme was coined by Kuhne, Kuhne. He was a gentleman who coined the term enzyme. So he was the one who gave the term enzyme. This was the information about the enzymes. Now, you know that the enzymes are the biocatalysts. They alter the rate of the reaction. Some can inhibit also, but right now we are just thinking about accelerating. Mostly they accelerate the rate of reaction, or they increase the rate of reaction. In the same type, I'll just talk about what happens if a reaction takes place in the presence of enzyme, absence of enzyme. When the reaction takes place in the absence of enzyme, let's consider this CO2 plus H2. As a reaction, it forms H2CO3 or carbonic acid. This is formed, and the number of molecules of carbonic acid which are formed are about 200 molecules per hour. In 1 hour, 200 molecules of H2CO3 are formed when the reaction takes place without an enzyme. When there is no enzyme and CO2 is reacting with H2, the carbonic acid is formed, only 200 molecules of this per hour. But when it takes place in the presence of enzyme, so reaction in the presence of enzyme. What happens when the reaction takes place in the presence of enzyme? So in the presence of enzyme, when the reaction takes place, CO2 plus H2O, in the presence of the enzyme, carbonic anhydrase. This is the enzyme. Always I told you, if it is ASE, it will be an enzyme. So this is carbonic anhydrase, and it results in the formation of carbonic acid H2CO3, and the number of molecules of carbonic acid which are formed in the presence of enzyme are about 6 lakhs molecules in 1 per second. In 1 second, 6 lakh molecules of carbonic acid are formed. Now you see the change which takes place in the presence of reaction, in the presence of enzyme, or in the absence of enzyme. See the number of the product formed. When the enzyme was there, 6 lakh molecules of carbonic acid per second were formed. When the enzyme was absent, only 200 molecules per hour were formed. So can you see what happens? What is the importance of the presence of enzymes in a reaction? Now, how do these enzymes, they accelerate the rate of reaction? They accelerate the rate of reaction. You will come to know very soon. There is the term activation energy. There is a term activation energy. Basically, this is the energy which is required by the reactants to get converted into products. So this is the energy, you can say this is the energy required by the reactants reactants means the molecules which are reacting, reactants to get converted into products. So there are, suppose A plus B, these are reactants. They should possess that activation energy to get converted into C and D, which are products. So this activation energy needs to be overcome by these products when they possess either equal to that or more than that activation energy, they get converted into products. So the reactants, these are reactants, they get converted into products if they possess that much activation energy. So this is the energy which is 10, making here 10 reactants, 5 and 5 here. I'm making these 10 reactants. There are 10 reactants, and for a particular reaction, the activation energy which is required is, say, for a particular reaction, the activation energy which is required, it's say 7 units. 7 units of activation energy is required by the reactants to get converted into products. Now, suppose these all are reactants. Now, suppose the energy which is present in this is 4, 5, 8, 9, 10, 3, 2, 1, 7, 8. So this is the amount of energy which is present in these reactants. Now, if you see this one, which has 8, which has 9, which has 10, which has 7, which has 8. That means, let me make this also 7. That means out of all 6 or out of all 10, 6 will be able to overcome, or 6 of them, they possess that much energy to get converted into products. But these 4, 5, 3, 2, they do not have that much energy that they can be converted into products. So the number of product form will be less. Okay, less number of product will be formed because these 4 are not participating in the reaction because of low activation energy. These four are not participating in the reaction because of low activation energy. Now the product form will be less. Now what can be done? What can be done is uh, the enzymes are added. When the enzymes are added, sorry, I have written energy. When the enzymes are added, in the presence of these enzymes, the activation energy is lowered. How these activation energy is lowered? These enzymes, suppose this is an enzyme, suppose this is one enzyme, this enzyme to this enzyme, this will one say this with 4 is binding, and then 5 is also binds here. Okay, now because this enzymes brings them near, now what happens between them also a bond will be formed. Between them a bond will be formed. That means the activation energy is lowered. The activation energy for this reaction is now lowered. How it is lowered? Because now the energy, the molecule, the reactant with 4 activation energy and 5 units, they are also participating, and that their participation has been brought by an enzyme. So this enzyme has lowered the activation energy which is required to accomplish this reaction. So now they will also form product, they will also participate, they will also form product. And the enzyme, it can make uh, the enzyme which has been added, it can help the reactants with 3 and 2 activation energy also to form bonds. So because the enzymes lower the activation energy, so between them also bond is formed, and ultimately the product is formed in the amount which is required, because now all are participating in the presence of enzymes. So what the enzyme has done, the enzyme has lowered the activation energy. This is just a barrier which has been lowered. So this 7 units was a barrier for these force. Now this barrier has been lowered by the presence of enzymes, and these 4 can also cross this barrier of 7 units and can get converted into products. Is it clear to you, beta? Is it clear? Yes. Is it clear to you all? I'm not getting any response. Okay. Deepika and Rohan. None else? To others, it is not clear? Yashika, Amrita, and all? Yes, beta? Khushman? Who's this Sania Loon? I want response from everybody, beta. If you are not able to understand, let me know. I'll repeat it. Anybody wants me to repeat this? Anybody wants me to repeat this? Any repetition of this is required? Okay. So we reach a conclusion, and that conclusion which we reach is, the conclusion which we reach is, I'll write that conclusion here. The conclusion which we reach is, the conclusion is, enzymes accelerate the rate of reaction How do they accelerate the rate of reaction? By the energy barrier. And this energy barrier is known as activation energy. This energy barrier is known as activation energy. So reactants have to overcome, reactants have to overcome, reactants have to overcome this energy barrier. Reactants have to overcome this energy barrier to get converted into products. And this, how this lowering of activation, this energy barrier takes place, this is by enzymes. So enzymes, they lower or they bring down the energy barrier or the activation energy, and thus all the reactants get converted into products. So this is about the activation energy. There is a graph given in your book. I'll just show you. This graph is very important as far as examination point of view is concerned. The graph which is given in NCERT book on page number 156. This graph is very important. This graph shows the concept of activation energy, how the activation energy helps the reactants to get converted into products. So this graph is given like this. This is potential energy. That means the energy which the reactant molecules they have. And this is the progress of the reaction or the rate of the reaction, anything you can say. In the book, it is given progress of the reaction. And here we have been given this. Now, if you see, this is given like this. Results in the formation of product. This is the transition state. Transition state is what is transition state? Transition state is the state when the old bonds are broken and new bonds are formed. And what is that state when old bonds are broken and new bonds are formed? That is enzyme substrate complex, ES complex. As I told you at the starting, is ES complex is formed, and at that ES enzyme substrate complex, the bond is broken and the new bonds are formed. But here, if we are talking about the reaction without enzyme, then from where the enzyme will come? So here we cannot say that enzyme substrate complex. If the reaction is without enzyme, we can say the complex, reactant complex which is formed. Reactants complex which is formed. That means when the reactants combine with each other, that forms a reactants complex. So in that, the old bonds are broken and the new bonds are formed if it is without the enzyme. So this reaction is without the enzyme, so you can see the transition state is very high. See here, the activation energy is very high. Now what happens when an enzyme is added? When an enzyme is added, this peak comes down and results in the formation of product. So from here it reaches the same. This is product formed. And here, if you see the first reaction, this reaction is without enzyme. See, the activation energy is so high. This is the activation energy. But when enzymes were added, the activation energy is this much now. It is brought down. So this is with enzyme. This is with enzyme when enzyme is added, and this is without enzyme when enzyme is not added. So when the reaction is without enzyme, the activation energy is high. That barrier is high. So all the reactants have to cross that barrier, and then only these reactants can get converted into product. But the activation energy which that activation energy barrier which they have to cross is very high, and all the reactants, they cannot form the product in that case because they cannot overcome that barrier. But when the enzyme is added, the activation energy is lowered. Even the reactants energy with low potential energy, they can also combine with each other, and then new bonds can be formed. So activation energy is lowered with the addition of enzymes. So the reactant molecules, even with less energy, less potential energy, they can also combine and form the bond. And because now the activation energy is lowered, so they can overcome that activation energy and form new bonds, and ultimately the product is formed. So this is how the enzymes act. They act by lowering the activation energy so that all the reactants get converted into the product. So this lowering of activation energy takes place only in the presence of enzyme. So this diagram which is given on page number 156 is very important. Page number 156 is very important. So this is the activation energy without enzyme, and this is the activation energy with enzyme. So both which are represented, these are activation energies. This is activation energy without enzyme. This is also activation energy with enzyme. So if you see the activation energy where enzyme is there, the activation energy has been lowered, whereas where the enzyme is not there, the energy barrier is too high, and all the reactants, they are not able to overcome that activation energy and cannot form product. So the reaction rate is slow. The product formation rate is slow, and here the reaction rate and the product formation rate is very high. So is this graph clear to you all? Yes. Any question, any query in this, beta?